All right, what's going on, everybody? Gibby Card Stacks here, and we've got a pretty busy day. We've sold a decent amount yesterday, most of it on Discord, a couple things on eBay. We'll have a fair share of mail, I would say. We got some yesterday, hopefully get some more today. I've been prepping another ComC order, 2 boxes full. Gonna finalize all of that. I've got a product review for you today, and still working on my NFL 100 project. So let's just jump right to it. Let's see what we've got going on today. All right, let's run through these sales. Julian Sand, I sold this for $12 in my Discord. This stack is $100 going out to Vital Cards, all Kansas State, Avery Johnson there. Quinn Ewers for $40 on that one. I bought that to prepare for the transfer portal when there were rumors like, oh, he could hit the portal and go into Oregon or maybe Ohio State again. And just I got 2 more of those. Sold these for $40 shipped, pink lagways. These are nice, number to 88. Got those a while ago last summer. And then the Julian Sand for $30 on that one on the red. People like the national pack over his Prism, I guess side by side. You know, just the portrait shot over the actual jersey, even if it's practice. So that's what's sold. What's sold on eBay? So I just posted this top 10 non-Bowman autos. This is for Patreon. Link is down below if you want to join. Let's see what actually sold though. Oh, sold the Shadur and the Taylor Lewan. The Taylor Lewan, it was a really good deal. Like most of them do $20. It's somewhere in there we go. Most of them do $20. I sniped it at auction for 10. I was like, you know what? If it sells at $20, sure. I got a ton of offers all week at like $15, $16, $17. I'm like, you know, it's PC. Like you're not finding this. Like there's one at 20. I think at $22 on eBay with like 20 watchers, and I'm like, whatever, I'm fine keeping it. But finally sold, all from Tennessee addresses, which was crazy. So good to know that that's, you know, I don't know, a market for them, right? So I was happy with that sale, I guess. There was some guy who was getting mad at me. He offered like 15, then 15.50, then 16, then 16.50, and I declined them all. And I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever, cry some more. What else sold? Oh, the Shadur, which I think actually, so the Shadur, I think I already packed. Yeah, I had this. What's crazy is this one sold for $20 shipped. I posted this on my Discord for like $12 and on Twitter. No one wanted it. So again, that's just, you know, I trust myself. You know, the prices that I give, I feel are fair. So those are nice little ESE sales. We might as well do a little product review. I got this little, I don't know, you've probably seen it all over right now. It is the box cutter. It's like an electric, like, hold on. I'm left-handed, so I don't even think it was like, there we go, right? So I don't even think it was like good for me to use because it just always felt uncomfortable. But I tried it yesterday on a bunch of big boxes that I just had in my side yard. Was not super impressed. It was like $25, $30. There weren't anything, you know, under like $20 or so, and I'm like, you know what, this kind of sucks. I'd rather just shred it myself or just break it down, and that's it. So I'd say do not recommend. No Gaby seal of approval. Just do not buy. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you like it, but not for me. All right, so what I am doing here is just removing all of my listings. This is probably like the worst part of ComC, is just making sure that you have everything off of eBay. You don't want to double sell and be like, ah, man, that one just slipped. Or like, my problem is I always add a few extra cards afterwards. I'm like, oh, I should send this. I have room in my box, but I don't put it, or I don't take it off of eBay. So that's what I'm doing here. And you're just going through Julian Sand blue. You know, this is the kind of stuff like good player, or I shouldn't say good player, we don't know. And I'm not like that with Julian Sand, but a popular player, a hot name, a big name, a good hobby name, I guess. But it's a color, it would be better on ComC. Someone can filter Julian Sand numbered cards, and it's easy to pop up. You don't have to compete with anybody else. If you're, you know, a little bit lower than everyone else, I think, you know, your card gets taken up, right? It eliminates a lot of the choices that a buyer would have, right? They're like, all right, if they go on eBay and they're like Julian Sand Prism, you know, maybe like, oh, let me search for blue, let me search for red. Oh, there's a green parallel here, right? Like visually on ComC, you can just see everything, and I think that works for me personally. Steve Angeli. I don't pay so much on PC cards. I'm like, I know it's a sunk cost. Like, I'm not. This Ricky Way, I should have taken an offer. Where was I? I was traveling and someone sent me an offer. I'm like, that might have gone to ComC. I have 12 watchers on it. See, but I'm like, you know what? I've sent out plenty of offers. What I could have done, I probably could have run like a 25% off sale, but again, I'm getting rid of this stuff, sending it to ComC. It's basically like paying ComC to be your employee. Okay, so that's everything. The only card that I did not decide to send, Byron Brown, he's a quarterback auto. So basically, Gaby, what are you trimming down to? Just quarterback autos, to be honest. Although Steve Angeli, why I would send that? Because he has licensed cards, even if he did transfer. You know, I'm sending like pretty decent Lagway. Like, that's an aqua. There's a green lava right there, a true green. Like, it's good quarterback color. Garrett Nussmeier yellow out of best, but a gold 1955 right there. Gold Klubnik Sapphire, a red. I posted this on Discord a couple times, so I feel confident that, you know, they'll move at prices that I want. I'm not going to just discount it just because I don't want to actually hold it and I want to trim. I want my inventory to be meaningful. Like, I want just the heavy hitters. That's going to be easier to manage on things. It's going to be faster to flip. I can manage it better. I think a lot of these cards, I just wasn't honest with myself. Like, you know, I'll list a lot of stuff pretty high to start, and then I just kind of miss the window. Like, I think that's something that I need to get better on. Like, these Lagways I probably had listed for $80, and I was like, all right, when I bought them at the time, I was probably saying I will, you know, buy them for 30, sell them for 60 or so, you know, take an offer there. But I think on color, you got to move it quickly. I don't think there's a lot of sense in stashing unless you just buy like a huge collection and you're like, okay, I'm into these for nothing. I might as well ride it out, right? But when you're into it a little bit heavier, it's like, all right, you got to move on, get your money back, put it into something else. Again, I always talk about that. I'm willing to lose. Where's my Lagways? I'm willing to lose on these cards, right? And I'll put them into one base auto, to be honest. And I'd rather have that. I know I always talk about I like to have quantity. I like to sell. Maybe one sells right now. Maybe one sells in July. One sells just before the season. One sells after a big game, right? But you know, I think the autos just have so much weight. So that's just what I've kind of learned over the years. So this is good. Everything is removed, I believe. I've got, and one, I will have a video later this month, I imagine. I have one coming out, or you've already seen it by now, but that's about what my box looks like. What I do need to figure out, because some people are like, do you have to ship it in these boxes? Like, I bought these for like $1 on Amazon. I don't know, but I know like you really just don't want to throw everything like team bagged up, but those are all my patches I got at a show. So I will have like a, hey, Gaby, how do you pack a ComC order? What all does it take? Because I always show you what I'm sending, and I'm like, okay, this is what you do, yada yada. But I think packing is also a big part of it. I think, you know, generally that makes people nervous, which I don't. Oh, these I already took down too, but these are going in my standard submission. So there we go. So got that box pretty full, and I feel good about that. I don't think I need a press to, you know, put anything else in. I'm fine with that. So I will maybe record that later today if I have time in the afternoon. Byron Brown. All right, now I think we'll open up mail. What do we have here? We have a Jordan Tyson Leaf Metal Football 2025 1/1. So money. I like these inserts. I have the Noah Fafita from last year, and I don't necessarily like the regular auto. I like the proof of these. This is the Pulsar Gold is what they'll call it. Nice color match for Arizona State. People tell me that the production proof in case don't sell. Watch me, man. I will agree that the printing plate proofs don't sell, but the encased, these sell. And I'm one person, like, I hate one-of-one culture. They're like, oh my god, it's a one-of-one. It's the rarest card. And it's like, bro, we don't need to prop these mediocre players. You know? I don't know. Just that and, like, downtowns, case hits, things like that. I'm like, are we serious? All right, I paid $167 for this slab. Little Arch Manning red with the flag. I like buying these because of the flag. I just feel like Texas The USA flag, Arch Manning. But yeah, and then sports card who Jeff Wilson, whatever his team name is, they posted the pop reports of downtowns. That was hysterical. You might as well print them to 2000 numbered. All right, this is, and I saw an issue. Maybe that's why it was so cheap. I was like, wow. All right, that's on me. That's on me for sure. This was like significantly underpriced, but there's just a huge tear out of the actual card. But this is part of my NFL 100 project. I want to get a rookie card from, or the rookie card off the PSA set registry that has one player from the top 100 that the NFL came out with a couple of years ago. So Jack Ham, linebacker, Pittsburgh. This was super cheap, and I was like, I have to buy it instantly, and that explains it. So that sucks. That makes it almost not useless, but I mean, at least it's got front eye appeal, I guess. But I don't even know what year this is. All right, this was a cool one from Mercari. This got sent in the Good Deals channel. Blue Topps Chrome. This is a great card for live auction. ComC Blue Cowboys numbered to 199. Nice card there. I'm not a huge Tony Romo guy, but Cowboys blue color match does look very nice. I don't remember buying this. This is 36305. I mean, maybe I did, and I just don't remember, but Path to Glory to 150, Drew Aller, one of them that I needed. I would love to pursue the entire set. Gold, base, fuchsia. What is this? Carnell Tate, auto. Oh, this is from Collects, I believe. I paid like $10. You're not finding any auto under like 15 for Carnell Tate, so that's a good little ComC card. I just put out a shipment, but okay, this I found. This was a saved search notification. This was like $80. Not bad. Gold Shimmer PSA 9 on the club neck. I love that image of Cade right there. And then after this, I will have my wife. She will run through all these cards. We'll pick it right here live. And then you can watch that video on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and see what she actually ended up picking. I bought this on Discord. I don't remember how much I paid for it. But an Arch 9, that's a good ComC live auction marquee card. Makai Lemon, we've been buying Makai Lemon. You were buying Brandon Inniss and Jurrion Dickey. Granted, I did fall in the Jurrion Dickey trap a little bit. And I'm like, all right, maybe there's something there, but no, Brennan Sorsby, gold auto. Not normally a gold buyer, but I like him. And then a Kahuna. This was actually pretty cheap. I got a pretty solid bundled deal. I don't remember who I bought that from, though. Or what I paid for it. I'll update it on the screen, perhaps. Luke Altmaier from eBay. Stuff's been going up. I'm fine at this price point. Like, if his autos were $40, I'd be like, dude, what? We're buying Luke Altmaier at that price? No thanks. But at $20, yeah. I'll take the chance on Luke Altmaier. So I've got a pretty nice stash of him. Ah, nice. Okay, this is what popped up. I got a notification that the mail was here, and I was like, oh, this one showed up. So here is Sawyer Robertson on it, on card auto, Baylor, number to 100. So I've been talking about, who have I been talking about? Oh, John Mateer. I've been talking about John Mateer being that guy who rises. I feel like he's getting a decent amount of hype where maybe it's actually John Mateer or Sawyer Robertson, who's that guy that goes from not even anywhere ranked. He is in some top 10 lists, but I would say he goes from like a fifth rounder to a first round. I might switch to, I mean, I might add them both for sure, but I'm kind of leaning maybe towards Sawyer. So these are all my cards. This is my mail. What is my wife going to pick as her favorite? Gosh, I haven't hit one yet. So she doesn't go for color matches. I think she'll go for the Drew Aller. I think she's got the eye for the Path to Glory. I think that's what's going to hit it. So Sawyer, maybe Sawyer. Those are my two picks. All right, cool. Done with mail. You got to go to the post office, scan those packages in, and that might be the end of the video at that point. So we'll see. All right, I am all done editing this video, and that pretty much does it. So if you enjoyed it, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Trying to get as many videos out for next week as possible. Peace. Love you. Bye.